Welcome to the first time ever live with Lim Tian and Han Hui Hui.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
We are
Good afternoon.
here today because of the letters that is being sent by the AGC, where our taxpayers' money are being wasted by the Singapore government once again. So, any question? Anything we should talk about? So the main purpose of today is that we are going to get funds from the public if the public is going to contribute, and this is the bank account, and this is the specific bank account that the Singapore government, the Singapore AGC is targeting right now. So the AGC wants me to declare my asset, and I'm a Singaporean mother, I have 3 kids. All Singaporean child have 3 bank accounts. They have 1 CDA account, they have 1 personal account under the parent's name, and another account with the parents. It's a joint parent-child account. So that is 3 accounts, and for each child you have 3 accounts. You have 3 children, you have 9 accounts that you need to declare if I were to go to court. And that is what the AGC wants me to declare. But this CDA is actually the future CPF account. So in Singapore, the government say that, okay, I'm going to give you money for giving birth. And this money will go into your CDA account. But this CDA account will later on transfer into a secondary account, then transfer into your CPF. So this CDA account actually shares 2.5% interest, which is the same as your CPF account. So this is how the Singapore government claims that they are giving money into children's bank account, but actually this account doesn't go directly to the children. The children can't withdraw it as cash. The children will end up having this money being locked up in their CPF. And why is it being locked up in their CPF? Is because our basic healthcare sum right now is at $66,000. And then we also have a CPF retirement sum. So when you add both of them together, it's $247,000 for Singaporeans right now. So for my children, it's gonna be probably $1 million by the time we keep increasing in this manner. Yeah.
So Hui Hui, you ask people to give you money. We need to know more about you and Lim Tian. So let me move to Lim Tian. Lim Tian, you are fondly known as Singapore's most feared politician. Why do you think people call you Singapore's most feared politician?
Well, that's a good question. I think it is because I am quite fearless in voicing out my opinions. I don't hold back. I have thought that if you want to be a good opposition, you must be fearless in voicing out what you think is wrong with the system. And very often you think that you see that actually your voice represents a great number of people in the country. The problem is, I think a lot of politicians in our country try to play safe. They try to steer the middle course. They think that, well, I must be gentle or conciliatory, so that Singaporeans don't have a negative image of me. And I think that is the wrong attitude, all right? Then I don't think that you are really performing your job as an opposition politician. But I am very glad to be here today because we are here for an important purpose. Han Hui Hui is someone I respect tremendously. Do you know that she is known as Singapore's champion of freedom? Okay? She was a resident fellow at York University in England for 8 months. And I understand that at recent human rights event organized internationally, she was the only Singapore representative that was picked. So I think it speaks volumes about her courage in trying to create a better society for Singapore. But I will always be very proud of what she did in this judicial review challenge that was taken out in December last year. So it's almost a year now. That judicial review challenge was issued on the 28th of December 2021. It was heard in the first half of this year, and unfortunately, the judge of the High Court dismissed the application. But I think this is an important process. It is an important evolutionary process for Singapore, because what Hui Hui and 5 other courageous Singaporeans did was to challenge what they regarded as unfair policies by this government. The first one being that those who were not vaccinated would have to bear their own medical bills if they fell ill. Now, this was a complete reversal of what the government told the Singaporeans in 2020, that if you fall ill, the government will foot the medical bill. Now, I pause there. You know, I myself, I'm vaccinated, but certain people refuse to, like Han Hui Hui, and many Singaporeans. And they are not odd. Even in China, a large percentage of their elderly refuse to be vaccinated. And people have good cause for concern, because to many, the vaccine that was introduced was an experimental vaccine. All right? And in fact now, there is a big scandal going on in the European Parliament about Pfizer's testimony before the European Parliament. All right? Where some say there are conflicting accounts here, that the Pfizer spokeswoman admitted that they did not test for the vaccine's effectiveness on transmission. And MOH, when they resisted our application, was saying, oh no, you know, the vaccine will prevent transmission or help prevent transmission. Now, who's to believe what? All right? Who's to believe what? And then, so that was the first point we challenged. And the second point Hui Hui and the 5 others challenged was this. You will recall that the government then passed, well, there's a debate here. In court, they said that it was just an advice. All right? We said that it was something more than an advice. All right? Because what they said was that employers could terminate their employees if their employees were not vaccinated. And so employees, by the beginning of this year, I believe it was the 1st of January, faced the prospect of not being able to go back to their workplace. And we said that was discriminatory. We said that violated the Constitution. Again, we were not successful on that argument. But, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, in a civilized society,